Welcome to Artist Trust Reunion, one of our first in-person events since 2019. Thank you for braving all of the rain and traffic and Biden disruption to be here with us tonight. We're so happy to see you. I'm Nicole Stelner. I am the board vice president for Artist Trust, and all of the artwork here in the space is part of our art auction. 50% of the sale price going back to support the donating artists directly. Yeah. You bid using your phone with the QR code or ask one of our art docents. They have little tablets walking around for assistance. Yes, right there. I have just a few folks to thank before I introduce our first performers. First, thank you to DJ Charlize for joining us tonight. A big thank you to our event chairs, Marge Levy and Juan Alonso, our 2022 auction committee, and the Artist Trust staff and board for bringing us back together for this reunion. Thank you to our donating artists and to all of you for joining us tonight. I hope you choose the perfect piece to bid on. I know I have. I wanted to also thank our sponsors, the Chlorfine Foundation, Dow Built, J. Reinhardt Gallery, Traver Gallery, and Fry Art Museum. So with that, it's a joy to introduce our first performer, Chief Ahamefule J. Oluo Quartet. Aham is a 2016 recipient of the Arts Innovator Award, the largest award offered by Artist Trust. He is a musician, composer, and comedian. You can catch him monthly at the Shrine at the Crocodile. Tonight, he is appearing with Josh Rawlings on keys, Jerome Smith on tuba, and Sheridan Riley on drums. Thanks all. Take it away.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Wow, it's so nice to see all of you in person, in a building, and not on a screen. I am Ahamefule J. Oluo. This is my band for the evening. We have Josh Rawlings on the keys. Jerome Smith. I know you're. I was just waiting for the roaring applause to die down. Jerome Smith on the tuba. Yeah, he deserves it for sure. Sheridan Riley on the drums. And before we start, I've spent the last couple years doing so many like live streams and like all these like weird things, and you learn a lot. There's been a lot of like amazing moments with that, but the second you get together, even for a rehearsal with other people, and like start incorporating other points of view, other people's knowledge, other people's expertise, you realize everything that we've missed in this time, and it feels so good to make music with other people and in front of other people. So it's great to be back together, and I hope you enjoy our very short set. Thank you.
So much. Jerome Smith on the tuba. Holding it down, holding it down. Sheridan Riley on the drums. Josh Rawlings on the keys. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to perform for all of you. Beautiful, beautiful people. Thank you so much.
Hello, hello. Wasn't that just wonderful? Wasn't that amazing? That was so lovely. My name is Luther Hughes, he, him pronouns. I am the program co-director at Artist Trust. I'm also a poet and editor, amongst probably other crazy things. Don't matter right now. But I'm here to introduce our next artist, Kamari Bright, who is a wonderful video poet, in fact, Mexican person, is all-around great artist. So, she is also the very first recipient of our Fellowship Award for Black Artists, created in partnership, which was created in partnership with Greg Kucera and Larry Yoakum. So, to say Kamari's work is powerful simply isn't enough. When witnessing her art, a slow rumbling happens inside my body. I become truly alive. Using societal and personal history, Kamari brilliantly illustrates how the Black body, and more specifically, Black womanhood and girlhood, undergo rigorous stressors in this life. But that's not all. Kamari also celebrates. She reminds us that to exist means to challenge, to reckon, to document. She speaks towards joy and happiness, understanding, and so much more. Her work reminds us of the meaning of art. So please welcome the brilliant Kamari Bright.
Is this? Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. How are y'all feeling? I love that y'all are already like lubricated just a little bit. So I'm Kamari. I am a video poet and poet. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. So I actually been in Seattle about 10 years. And I tell people all the time, it took me 5 years to stop saying I don't like it. And now I tell people that I love the food and the summers. The summers have tricked me into staying. But just a little more seriously than that, I think the thing that made it possible for me to be in Seattle is the community that I've been able to build while I'm here. Coming from out of state, it feels very lonely to move somewhere as an adult. It's not like there are very many places to meet people or meet friends. So when I came here, the first 5 years, I focused on making community because that's what makes it possible for me to stay somewhere. And I think that's what really resonated with me for tonight's theme of reunion, just that idea of having space to connect with each other and to have common space and ground for us to just be. So I love that idea of reunion and having space for community. And I want to share some works in progress with y'all. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I'm like, it's not finished, and it feels really uncomfortable. But I want to share first 2 poems that are from a manuscript that I'm working on that's connecting Christian folklore and tying a connection between that and misogyny and patriarchy. I grew up in a very Christian Baptist household. Like, both sides of my family are Baptist, so of course I stopped being Christian, and I was like, So just writing this manuscript has helped me process all of the things that I learned growing up in the church. So the first 2 poems that I want to share are from that manuscript. Offering. I have been on the table before, the piece in a dish up for consumption. I do not remember the slick of blade between my dermal and meat. But I vividly recall the way my joints were cleaved to break me at my soft points. Among ramekins and platters, holy men tink forks against the glass of my skull. The reverberation travels through my empty ribs. I remember heads bowed, hands canopied above in prayer, wishing to be enough to keep a voracious thing full. And the next poem I want to share is called Ceremony. Take wound and pan sear, flesh side down. That is, seal off any bleeding parts. Let wound rest, retain juices. For bone deep cuts, pestle turmeric and garlic, pack that where I used to be whole. Allow myself time to absorb, to transform. Submerge in water and boil until I no longer bleed, until I am not so easily sliced. And the last poem I want to read for you is actually untitled, but this poem was just an ode to my culture and my people. So this is that poem. My people are creation. We laugh and combust to the farthest corners of the galaxy or the room. Our bodies, atoms, condensing together, mattering to one another, until something new is formed at our core, until the story of the universe is retold through the movements of our joy, until every star twinkles in the smile of our darkest skies. And the last thing I want to share with y'all is a video poem that I am working on right now. So another work in progress. And this piece was inspired by lockdown, actually, and just really missing those shared intimate spaces with other people. And in the video poem, you'll hear me use AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English, because I love it. I grew up hearing it, all my family uses it. And I was recently researching it and just found out that it has its own set of rules and grammatical structure. And I think that was really powerful for me to hear, because growing up, I always heard that it was bad or incorrect English. But actually, it's just another dialect. It's another way of speaking, just like we all speak standard American English. African American Vernacular English is another way of speaking. So that this video poem uses that and also was inspired by lockdown. So enjoy. We be close. So close, our transparency shines like a new sun. Rays converge, tarry into browns and stay a while, emitting salves of laughter for the tender flesh of bared hearts. We be close, a mosaic melding into landscapes. Masses drifting back to ourselves, all of our iterations, fertile ground for growth. You be close, so close to yourself, safely curled in a womb of cotton. No smiles for the ravenous. No pieces to partition. They be close, so close. Their dreams uncoil safely. Crowns aligned, building starscapes that lead back to each other's dreams. I be close, so close to losing me. My hands can't hold me. I grip too tight, slip right through my fingers until I let flow of myself. So close.
Hello, everybody. Got my notes here. My notes tell me I should say my name. I know a lot of people here, but for those that I don't know, my name is Juan Alonso Rodriguez. And I'm a visual artist. I'm also, actually, I thought I was the first artist co-chair for the auction, but you know, my co-chair, Marge Levy, is an amazing artist. So I'm the first artist co-chair that's also not on the board. So I'll just leave it at that. It's great to have so many of you here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Kamari. You're always amazing. Thank you, Aham. I can't wait to see you again perform. You're amazing. So I was being interviewed for another thing that has nothing to do with Artist Trust, and I was asked why I supported Artist Trust. And I realized that I support Artist Trust because I've always felt like I had a seat at the table. I always felt that whether I had something positive or negative to say, that I was always welcome to say it. And that's not always the case with artists. That's not always the case with artists of color. So I always felt like, yes, I belong here. But I've been around Artist Trust since its very beginnings. I remember going to this little brainstorming meeting in some little office downtown somewhere. I think it was on 3rd Avenue. David Mendoza, I think Ann Folk was there. And it was just like getting ideas to like what this organization should be. So over the years, I've been, you know, I helped create the EDGE program. I helped write it. I helped teach it. I've been just asked to be on different committees. But I've also benefited. I've gotten 2 GAP grants. I bought my very first computer with a GAP grant from Artist Trust. That's how old I am. My last benefit from Artist Trust was 2019 when I got the fellowship. So it's been a give and take, which is the way that I think it should be. So I'm going to give you a couple of statistics. So since the pandemic, Artist Trust has raised and distributed over $1.4 million in funding nearly 1,000 artists statewide, not just Seattle. Most of those dollars came from community members like you and me. Events like this one are important, and this is the way we raise funds to give back to our artists. So please, there are so many ways that you can contribute. There's amazing artwork in this space that you're still up for bidding. So I also want to say that I want to say thanks to the Chlorifine Foundation and to our friend Susan Wagner. Thanks to them, donations through the auction will be matched. So your donations will be doubled. You can text support AT to 888-662-1636 right now and receive a link to donate online. Now, I'm going to repeat that because I know you have your phones handy. 888-662-1636. And I'll be here if you need that repeated at any moment. And so you'll get a link to donate online, or you can visit many of the staff members that are at your tables, or there are people floating around with iPads, or ask me or anyone that you know that works for Artist Trust. There's some incredible art in this room. Please use your phone to bid. There are QR codes, that's what they're called. Thank you. Again. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. It feels so good to be here in person and not on a Zoom call where everybody has the funky, blurred background. So just because I'm up here and these wonderful performers have done an incredible job, it doesn't mean that this is the end, because Charlize will be here doing another set. So please stick around, have another glass of bubbly, have another glass of wine, and please remember that you are here because you want to support Washington State artists. I'm one of those people that have benefited from this. I'm one of so many that have. So I really, really appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate you bidding on the work and just donating to Artist Trust. Thank you so much, and have a great time.